Hello, Cancer, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're getting through this winter season okay. I know we've had a little bit of warm up here today, and it's been amazing. It's like, oh, spring is coming. The promise of it is there, right? All right, this will be your weekly reading for the week of February 15th through the 21st. And during that time, we do have a waning crescent energy that we're bringing in from last week, right? And waning crescent is kind of that wrap up. It's calm and stable, and a good time when we're kind of thinking about what we've done this past cycle, and self-reflecting on those things, and how have we learned, what have we learned, and how are we growing. And then we take that into the new moon, which is on the 17th, which of course is a good time for a fresh start, new beginnings, a time for us to learn a new skill or start any new projects that we want to start. That would be things both inner and outer. We then move into the waxing crescent energy for the rest of the week, and that's a time of heightened senses. It's just kind of when we're starting to execute those things that we've started on the new moon, and it's a good time to live up to our expectations and our intentions. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter, Cancer. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading: you are very close to achieving your goal. All right, well, good, because if we're wrapping up things and we have a new moon coming, that's great. It's a good time to be achieving goals here during the waning crescent. So, look at you moving right along with the moon energy. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder this week is that you take some time to learn something new. So, of course, that does go along with that new moon. And, a lot of times as adults, we just forget to learn and study. I feel like I learn new things every day, but it's kind of scattered things. It's a thing here and there. And for me to really focus and, take a couple of hours to deep dive on something, I have to just make myself do that sometimes. So that's my fun weekly reminder for all of us, is to take a couple of hours to really deep dive and learn something. So, maybe read a book on it, watch a lecture or two, just something that you've been interested in, and just really take notes and focus and really absorb the thing that you're learning. So that is my fun weekly reminder for this week. All right, let's get into this reading. So, Cancer, for February 15th through the 21st, you are very close to achieving your goal. Your present energy right now is the Four of Pentacles. So, is it some financial goal that you've been achieving? Is it some sort of stability in your finances that you've been wanting to achieve? It looks like that's kind of your overall energy right now. So that's a good place to be. Hopefully, if that was some, maybe you've paid something off, paid a bill off, or saved a certain amount of money, or changed some things with your investments, but things seem to be focused on your stability right now. Your current situation is that maybe you were feeling a little bit like an outsider previously with this Five of Pentacles. And so maybe that is what made you set this goal. This could have been, some people, sometimes we overspend during the holidays and think, oh, you got to pay the piper here in January and February. So it could be that, could be that you were just feeling like you needed to save more. And so, you're working on that stability, and there's a reason, you were kind of feeling like an outsider for some reason. And it seems like that's probably what brought that on. At the root of this situation is the Emperor. So, you're moving into this leadership role where you feel like you can accomplish and can get these things done. And of course, that's that Emperor energy. And when the Emperor sets his mind to do something, he gets it done. He becomes the authority figure on it. He or she does things in a very systematic way. There's rules and regulations and things to get things done. And so, if you're moving, and look at both fours, which 44 is, listen, I mean, I wear fours on my bracelet right here. 444 is a number I see all the time. Also 40, any version of fours. 444, 444, I see in numbers of 4 and 5, and sometimes strings even longer. And it is about stability. It's like the four legs of a table, so you're close to achieving some kind of stability goal that you've been working on here. In your recent past is the Six of Pentacles. So maybe that stability did come from, or that instability that you're working on became from giving too much. And again, like I look at all the pentacles on this table here. So you're very financially focused right now for whatever reason, feeling like an outsider. Maybe it was too much giving during the holiday and something, and you've like, look, I've got to get a handle back on this and get my stability back under control. And sometimes it's just the nice feeling of having having something saved so that you're not just living on the edge, right? So, but it looks like you are making some decisions there and you're close to achieving a goal that you set for yourself. On your mind right now is the high priestess. So, the high priestess lets you use your intuition in a certain way and also look at the synchronicities. So when you have, when you see a 44 and look up that angel number to see what that means and see if that applies to your situation. But when you pay attention to the universe, there's all these synchronicities and signs that are kind of guiding you. It's the universe's little breadcrumbs to guide you on the things that you do need to be doing and changing. And here we are at this new moon time. So if it means, you're going to take a few minutes to reflect on maybe your spending for last month and say, okay, I'm not going to spend this, and this for this next cycle, right? It's a good time to put that into action and get to work, get to work on that because it'll help with your stability. It looks like you're already doing that because you're already close to achieving a goal. It could just be that if you watch your intuition, there's some clue out there to get you to that last thing that just kind of pushes you over the hump and gets you right to that goal. What is just ahead of you this week is the chariot. So the chariot is about gathering information to make a move. So um you're there. I mean, I feel like you're close to achieving this goal, and you might be moving into something even a little bit bigger. And by that, I mean, if you're working on this stability, it might be because there is some bigger move you're wanting to make. This could be maybe you want to upgrade your home, you want to move from one home to another, maybe you want to upgrade a car. There's some bigger purchase, but you're thinking about making a move in that way. And it could be the finance, the financial part of it that you're working on and saving on. That could be the goal that and this could be the end of the rainbow for you is that you're going to make some move financially. So in your advice position is the page of pentacles. So, I mean, can we have more pentacles here? Also, all these three major arcana, one more of those, and I would say this is probably a major move for you. Right now, I'm kind of seeing it as some internal work that you're doing, but we'll see as these cards come out. Anyway, in your advice position here is the Page of Pentacles. So this is about a new path in the pentacle realm. So if this is about living things in a new way, really evaluating your financial situation and moving towards a goal, you are close to achieving it, but it's kind of been a new thing for you. And the advice is to continue finding even more new things. You know what you can accomplish already from the past, and you need to pull that into the future and really start narrowing it down. Again, look for those signs and signals that are out in the universe for you. What is beyond your control this week is the Queen of Wands. So this is you having an understanding of that um, of the wands. So this is about being patient. This is about being understanding the not only the passion things that drive you that are getting you to this decision point, right? Where you're kind of collecting information, what can I do? How can I become this more stable? How can I build this thing that I want to? If you're building something bigger, and you're doing that because you're driven by passion. There's something that is driving you. I mean, it could be just an example, but if it is that you want to change, move to a bigger house, or maybe it's because you want a bigger kitchen. There's something that's really driving you that's like, I have to have this material thing or whatever. And there's some passion, that's driving you. It's hard for me to verbalize this, but something that is, it's exciting. It's something that you're like, I really want this thing in my life, whatever it might be. And you're willing to make the sacrifices. So that's actually really great. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Well, I hope it's your secret desire, because it's of course one of our happier cards in the deck. It's the 10 of Cups. So this is happy family. I mean, look, and I'm keep using the house as an example. I feel like they're pretty happy about whatever decisions that they've made, and it looks like the whole family's pretty happy about it. So I hope that's your secret desire. I hope you're not like, oh, well, I didn't want to avoid the happiest card in the deck. In your outcome position, the 8 of Wands. So, you know, I'm going to say too, we've got the fours here. Of course, 4 and 4 adds to 8. 8. Eights have been very prevalent in all of the February readings last week as well. And this is things happening very quickly, is what this card means. And that's kind of in your outcome. Is just kind of pay attention to those things. I feel like you might be getting those signs from the universe and things that are happening. But, 8 is that card of infinity. I do think it's a card about wealth and money also. It can be just the number of it anyway. So pay attention to those types of things. Let's see what's hidden from you here at the bottom of the deck, Cancer is the 3 of Swords. So that's good. That's a great place for that card. We don't want any heartbreak or kind of, just bad thoughts, or that's like a rainy day. Don't have that. Your reading looks very bright. And I was going to count the major arcana as well. I only see 3 of these coming out, which tells me this is kind of, to me, that's very indicative of just internal work that you're doing. It's not like it's not major life moving things. It's almost like you're making very small moves towards this goal, but you're getting very close according to that moon card there. So let's get a final word here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message here for Cancer as they are making these moves towards a goal. Become a clear channel. And that goes back to the High Priestess card. That's just becoming a clear channel so that those universal messages can flow through you, and you can just see, once you see those messages from the universe, it's almost like another language. If, and please leave me a comment if you're someone who sees that. It's like again, through numbers and like little signs that you see, things that you overhear, little synchronicities. It's definitely, those things are being placed there to help you. And if you're paying attention, it is like a whole other language. So, all right, let's see what Cancer needs to do in the way of self-care for this week. Self-care for Cancer, February 15th through the 21st. And your card is Peace. Just because some people are fueled by drama doesn't mean you have to attend the performance. Make your life a drama-free zone. So, I'm about drama free too. So feeling like an outsider, sometimes I see this card as, if you're feeling like an outsider, are you really an outsider, or is there maybe some drama or someone around you that has made you feel that way? And or comparison is definitely the thief of joy. So you might want to question, why is that feeling like an outsider? Why am I having that? I mean, it looks like it's good if it's moving you towards a goal, or some sort of financial stability, but again, comparison is the thief of joy. So don't do that, and stay in that peace zone. Right? So Cancer, thank you so much for being here. I wish you the best of luck with all of this week. If you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below, or if you have a question, I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have about this reading. Also, if you hit like and subscribe, that will let you find me next week, where you can come back and we can see where this energy goes. So thanks so much for being here, Cancer. Good luck, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.